Namaste children. Last session we have learned the features of federalism. You have learned 5 points. Now 2 more points are there. So our sixth feature of federalism is that sources of revenue for each level of government is mentioned in the constitution. What are the sources of revenue? And what revenue goes to the central government, what are the revenues of state governments, like that it is correctly mentioned in our constitution to ensure financial autonomy. In order to ensure financial autonomy, we can see that these sources of revenue for each level of government is specified. Where it is specified, even though in that line it is not written in the constitution, you know that it is specified in the constitution to ensure financial autonomy. So what are the sources of revenue? That main revenue for the government is tax. What is tax? What is tax, children? It is a compulsory payment made by the citizens, people of a country to the government without any quid pro quo relationship. Without any quid pro quo relationship means that there is no direct relation between the taxpayer and the governments. Suppose we are paying the tax, we are not specially enjoying anything because of the tax payment. There is no quid pro quo relationship between the taxpayer and the government. Anyway, whatever it is, we can see that now we are following the GST system of tax, that is goods and services tax. Goods and services tax, we can see that from there itself we can see 4 types of taxes are there. There is CGST, that is central government goods and services tax. That revenue goes to the central government, that is CGST. Then SGST. SGST means the taxes of the state government. What are the taxes can be imposed by the state governments? So that is CGST. Then we can see the UTGST. What is UTGST? The union territories can also have taxes, that is the union UTGST. And moreover, we are having the integrated goods and services tax. So this way the tax itself divided. Or another simple example we can say, what about income tax? Income tax goes to the central government, but agriculture income tax goes to the state government. Then excise duty. What is excise duty? Excise duty means it is a production duty. So when a commodity is produced, a particular percentage should be given to the governments. So if it goes to the central excise duty, the categories come under the central government goes to central excise duty, and another part as state excise duty. Then customs duty. Customs duty means the import. When we are importing commodities from other countries, there is customs duty is there, even though there is relaxation, there concessions after 1991, the liberalization policy. So all this come under, and the land revenue, provincial tax, etc. goes to the state governments. These are the sources of revenue. So these sources of revenue is also mentioned in the constitution to ensure financial autonomy. That is the 6th point. And 7th point is that the government is having a dual objective, or in federalism we are having dual objectives. What are they? First one is that we have to safeguard and promote unity of our country. One objective is that we have to safeguard and we have to promote the unity of the country as it is India as one, like that. And unity of the country, at the same time accommodate regional diversity. At the same time accommodate regional diversity means that regarding the regions wise, you have learned in geography last year. What about geographical regional diversity, children? There are different cases, not only geographically, regarding the languages, regarding the customs, regarding the culture also difference, even though we all belong to, or the people who belong to India, you know that they are having cultural diversity is there, regional diversity is there, especially the regional diversity. We can mention that what about in the north, while we are seeing the north, so when we saw the India's case, in the northern side we can see that we are having the Himalayan ranges, we are having, so the Himalayan ranges, there we can see that mountainous regions. So that is the mountainous region. So beneath the mountainous regions we can see we are having what? That is, we are having the plains, northern plains we are having. And beneath the northern plains we can see the central plateau or the plateau, that is not there alone, that is we can see that it is extending to the south also, plateau is there. And this side we can see the Aravallis, left side, that is regarding the western side of Aravallis we have the desert regions, we are having the desert region. So mountainous regions, the northern plains, then the desert regions, then the plateaus, then we can see the coastal regions, we are having the coastal regions also. And coastal regions, that is where we are having the Western Ghats, it is continuous, and the other side the Eastern Ghats. So the west of the Western Ghats and the east of the Eastern Ghats, we can see that is the coastal plains we are having. So I told you the mountainous regions, then the northern mountainous regions, the plains are there. What is the specialty of the plains? Plains, most often we can say it is suitable for agriculture. That land is like that. So enough rivers, that is Ganga, Yamuna, Gagara, Gangtok, Koshi, all this empty into that place. You can see that the northern plains, which constitute the most fertile land. And here the desert regions, that is the western side of the Aravallis, we can see the desert regions. Then here the Narmada, here comes the Narmada and Tapti, that region, beneath that we can see that it is a boundary, and here we can see the Deccan Plateau, and here the coastal plains. And not only that, one more physical feature is there, we are having that Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. So we are having different physical features, so we have to accommodate, some of them are having the mountainous type of livelihood, some of them are having agriculture, some of them are having fishing, like the different, according to the different geographical situation, occupation, or the lifestyle may be different. So our constitution should accommodate this regional diversity. Yes, we have to accommodate. Yes, they are from that region. Okay, if you move to the this area, we can see that Chhattisgarh, the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, etc. We can say there most often it is so rich in the minerals. So mining is very important. That way we can say, so we have to accommodate regional diversity. At the same time, we have to safeguard and promote the unity of the country. Yes. So we have seen that we have to accommodate the regional diversity, and we have to safeguard and promote unity of the country. And here we have to see that we are concerned with the two aspects. What are they? The institutions and the practice should go according to these principles, and we should agree, that is, agree means the central government and the state governments should agree, make some agreement regarding power sharing. Yes, central government as well as the state governments have to mutually agree, that is, there should be mutual trust and agreement to live together. So these are the features of federalism, here I told you the mutual trust and agreement to live together. You know that central government should see that state governments and union territories will follow according to their discretions, according to that the unity of the country, according to the welfare of the country, and the same way the states also should see that the central government will do everything for the betterment of these states. So that is how they should have a mutual trust. And so once more we can go through the points regarding the features. What are the features? Yes, go through the features of the federalism. So now we have seen the features of federalism. Once more we can repeat. First point is that there are 2 or more levels of government. If there are 2 or more levels of government, we can call it as a federal form of government. And second point, we have seen that the different types of government govern the same citizens, but there is jurisdiction. You know that regarding legislature, executive and judiciary, different types are having its own jurisdiction. And third point is that regarding the jurisdiction of the constitution, everything is mentioned in the constitution, so it guarantees. So it is constitutionally guaranteed regarding the powers of the central government and the state governments. And coming to the fourth point, we cannot, unilaterally, they cannot change the constitution. Fundamental provisions of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed or altered. And fifth point is that courts have the power to interpret the constitution. And sixth point is that source of revenue is also mentioned in the constitution in order to ensure financial autonomy. Then seventh point is that in order to safeguard and promote the unity of the country and accommodate the regional diversity, we can see that the federal form of government is having dual objectives. And that is, what are the dual objectives? They want to accommodate and they want to safeguard and promote the unity of the country, because there are differences regarding religion, regarding regions, languages, culture, and so as there are differences, you know that we have to unite it together and we have to say it is India. That is unity of the country. At the same time, we have to see that some people are from the mountainous region, some are from the northern plains, some are from the coastal regions, some are from the desert regions. Like that we have to, or some are from the plateau region, and some are from the islands, that we have to accommodate. So even though there are regional differences, we have to accommodate it. So we have to live together. How we should live together? Mutual trust and agreement. Central governments, union territories and the state governments should have the mutual trust and agreement to live together. So these are the features of federalism. Even though there is differences, we have to see that we belong to one country. And so here we have to see how they are having, how different countries or how different federal forms of government are having, balancing their powers. Is the exact balance of powers between central government and state governments. The exact balance of powers between the central government and the state governments depends upon how the federal form of government is formed. That is, we have to make an historical historical context in which the federation is formed. From there we can understand that how what is the powers of central government, or some countries central governments is having more power and some countries state governments are having more power if they are following federalism. So how the balance is retained or how the balance is maintained, it depends upon the historical context in which federation was formed. So our next topic is how the federal form of government is formed. There are two categories. That is, what are they? One is coming together federation and another one is holding together federation. So next we will learn coming together federation and the holding together federation. Thank you, children.